All right, what's up, everybody? Here in our next video, we have David Bentic out of Dallas, Texas.
That's right.
So, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into real estate and how long you've been in the business?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, Nick. Appreciate it. I've been in the business for about 3 years now. I was a solo agent first. 6 months, had no closings, and I was literally about to be another statistic. You know what I mean? 8% of the realtors were going to
drop off within the first year, especially.
And I knew I couldn't, man, just because I had already dropped out of college. So I said, all my chips and all my bets were in real estate.
Right.
And so I just, I pushed through. I got around the right people and joined a real estate sales team, and it really just accelerated my business. And I mean, it's just been growth since, man. It's just kicking ass since.
And here we are in Vegas.
Yeah, here we are in Vegas, man.
So you were saying, so you joined a team. Things were starting to get better, and then eXp was brought to you by your team leader, right?
Correct.
Or your broker.
Correct.
So what was your initial thought when he brought it to you, especially being on his team?
You know what? I had heard about eXp through lunch and learns, other agents, kind of was seeing it on Facebook, people making the switch. I didn't really think much of it. I didn't really look into it. I think I was with Keller Williams at the time. I had been with them for my entire career, and I think I didn't really look into it as much, right?
Yeah.
And I was comfortable. I was comfortable at Keller Williams, honestly. I like the culture. I like everybody. I like the office. I like going bullshitting with other agents, right? But then when you really started to look into the eXp and the model and everything that it provides, right? Everything just makes sense, right? So at first I was hesitant to join.
Yeah.
But then you don't really get a taste about eXp unless you are fully into it, right? Because you get presented the eXp model. It makes sense. The math makes sense.
Right.
The opportunities are there, but I didn't really get a taste of what everything eXp has to offer until I'm actually on the inside of it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So you're talking about some of the struggles that you had early on as a new agent.
Not to mention, it took us about 7 months to actually make the switch.
So you guys did your research.
So we were
poking holes in the
homework.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's great. All right, so you're talking about some of those struggles that you had as a new agent, as a lot of new agents do have.
Right.
Can you give us an example of what one of those problems was, and then how has eXp helped you solve that problem?
Man, that's a good question. So as a new agent, for me, it was just structure, scheduling, not really have a sense of direction. I think that was more of my broker's fault at the time. It was pretty new, and then I had switched to a larger Keller Williams office after that. But I think getting more dialed in as far as knowing what to do, how to make cold calls. Because I was 23 at the time, 24. I didn't have a sphere of influence, right?
Right.
All my friends were still living at home, right? And their parents weren't buying from me because they thought I was that punk kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
But I think after getting around the right people, and this is where I see the value in eXp, because we know success is duplicatable.
Yeah.
Right? So if it takes somebody 10 years to be at the level that you want to be in, getting around the right people, because I'm a big believer in who you surround yourself, you become.
Yeah.
You can probably knock that time frame in half. Right. If it took somebody 10 years to get somewhere, it can probably take you 5.
Yeah, and especially with that point too, especially the group that we're around, they're open. They're willing to share that information and show us exactly where, number one, where they messed up. They might be seeing us doing it, and then how to overcome it. So we don't have to sit here and beat our head against a wall. They're going to give us the exact process to how to become successful.
Absolutely.
So we were talking about that. I love how you said it. Who you surround yourself really does matter.
You become.
So especially with this being a cloud brokerage, how have you been able to surround yourself with more of the right people? Especially with me, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
So we would have never really known each other if it wasn't for eXp Realty.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about how you've been able to surround yourself with more of the right people at eXp?
That's another good question. Like I said, man, I'm a big believer in proximity is power.
Yeah.
Right. Just with how eXp is structured and everything that they provide and opportunities, because the opportunities are there, right? We're the ones that create the limits in our heads, right? There's abundance all around us.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to really take that action. But just the way how eXp and our line has really what they're offering us. I'm able to connect with some of the top guys in our company, like Jake Kinder, Albie Stasic, Michael Reese. I literally have their phone numbers.
Yeah.
I've been inside Michael Reese's house. I called them and I said, hey, bro, I'm coming over. Let's mastermind.
Yeah. And they're open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with them for like 5 hours. Like I met his
Yeah.
kids, we hung out. It was a good time.
Yeah, so I think that brings up a great point. The people that we surround ourselves with, especially some of the guys at the top, quote unquote,
Right.
like at the top, and some of these bigger guys in real estate, they're open to if you want it, they're going to give you the tools to do it.
Mhm.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about some of the tools that our group and eXps have been able to offer you, especially as a newer agent. That's how you grow your business.
Absolutely. So we partnered with the co-founders of the National Association of Expert Advisors.
Yeah.
Right, and these guys, Jay Kinner, Michael Reese, I mean, they're selling over 300, 500 homes a year
Yeah.
in their respected marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that we joined up with them, and now we're pretty much business partners with each other, right? And so they're now opening up their playbooks
Mm-hmm.
to show us exactly what they did to take that much business.
Yeah.
And that's how eXp's, or how us partnering with the right people
Mm-hmm.
is able to help me take more business and partner with other agents, so I can go out and help other people.
Yeah.
And they can reach out to me at any time.
Yeah.
You know?
And just out of curiosity, how much did that cost you for them to open up their playbook?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Okay. So at this point, I mean, retirement's not really on our mind, nor is it in
Right.
our very near future.
Sure.
So the rev share and having it being your retirement plan, it is the end goal. But for right now, what has rev share been able to do for you, or what do you see it being able to do for you?
I see it creating, a lot of opportunities,
Mhm.
especially down the line. I mean, I think because nobody wants to sell real estate forever.
Yeah.
Right. I know we definitely got to pay our dues, especially us being this young.
Mhm.
I'm 26. We definitely got to put in that sweat equity.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, nobody wants to show homes forever, or but take phone calls on the weekend when you're with your family, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people who get into real estate, they need to get in for the right reasons, and I think a lot of that is money,
Mhm.
and that was mine. I was money motivated, right?
Yeah.
I still am, but like I think over time, it's not about the end of the journey. It's about who you become during the journey,
Mhm.
right? And I think this real estate career of mine has really molded me into really finding my purpose and my passion.
Yeah.
Right. So I see the rev share being it. I don't really see it. I see it as a good retirement plan.
Right.
I see it, where I can take some of that revenue and go on and invest it into more, tangible assets.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I also see the value in partnering with other agents, providing them value, so I can help them, build their revenue share
Mhm.
and help change their families' lives.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, David, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
I think you crushed it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having me on, Nick. I appreciate that. I mean, I know that we've been Facebook friends for a couple months now, ever since I joined eXp about a couple
Yeah.
months ago, and just the networking and the opportunities in this business is just amazing. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. You can hit me up on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, at David Bentic. That's DAVID BENTINCK. On all social media platforms. Reach out to me at any time if you have any questions on eXp, the platform, the model, how to take more business, anything in general. Hit me up, hit Nick up. We're here to help.
Yep. Well, thanks for coming on,
Cool.
David.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep.